Yo, what's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's talk about it. Now, a lot of people are caught up into this NBA season early on because they love the game of basketball, and that's cool. I used to be like that. And now things have changed. It's not the same game it used to be. It's not as appealing to me as it used to be. It has basically fallen from the grace of the sport that I used to love. It is not the same attributes that you've seen before. It's like it doesn't exist anymore. The same things you used to root for, or, you know, say, man, this is great. You're really seeing average basketball being played. One of the best games I've seen played was the Clippers game versus Golden State the other night. That was a great game. Um, there's been other great things that happened, but you have players who are all different. They all have their own opinions, and they all are supposed to follow suit. Follow the sergeant's directions. Everyone is supposed to have a general, or what you would call a man of arms, a sergeant of arms, and follow his command. Whoever's the face of the league, whatever he says goes. So you have people that challenge that, and they try to neutralize or silence the voice. And you have people such as Kyrie Irving who, in other words, rage against that. He rage against that dying light and say, I'm not finna do this. You're not finna have us, be like this. It's not going down that way. So for him, it's an entirely different scenario. You know what I'm saying? So he saw the riots and at the Capitol, and there was no way he was gonna play that game against the 76ers. Nah, he wasn't gonna play. He chose to take a seat. Whether they say that's what it was about or not, knowing Kyrie Irving the way we've been knowing him, I could see him taking a seat because you're upset at not them just storming the Capitol, but the way they was treated. Armed, breaking down the doors of the Capitol, and you saw how they were treated. Now, if you look at how we would have been treated, or people that look like Kyrie Irving, had they been armed and went through the Capitol, it would have been a fatal situation. The double standard is what Kyrie Irving is fighting against. And LeBron James, who's the face and the puppet for the NBA, refuses to acknowledge anything. He refuses to get in the ring and do anything. But he was quick to point out the NFL's flaws, right? Oh, no, I'm glad we don't have that over here in the NBA. We got a commissioner. We ain't like Roger Goodell, who trying to hold cap and everything else. Hmm? But you didn't take a knee with Cap. Cap was taking a knee and taking a sacrifice. Why didn't you take a knee with him, LeBron? You acting like you was on the side of him, taking a knee. You took a knee when ownership said, go ahead, we're going to make this protest. We're going to wear these shirts, and then we're going to take a knee all together. And then we're going to be done with it. And then we're going to go back playing the anthem and everything else, and we going back to business as usual. People tried to use the politics as the angle as why the NBA is in the peril that it is. It's not. The actual gameplay is not aesthetically pleasing as it used to be. Some games you will have great matchups and great games being played, but it's not on a national stage. Horrible officiating. I mean, we've all had bad officials before, but it's hard to ref these games now because the refs are trying to ref the game, but actually control it too. So now they don't know when guys are hitting threes from 30 feet out. It's kind of hard to control that game. So you're going to have to call some of the worst calls in the history of sports to neutralize this. Now, we just watched Anthony Davis go out like a punk to Lamar Aldridge. Now, had Aldridge played in those 2 games that they did in San Antonio, this would have been a whole different story. As we saw AD, the real AD, show up soft again. This was the battle of the who's the softest. And now we know AD is softer. Because whenever you get bully balled by Aldridge, Lamar Aldridge, I'm like, oh goodness. It's over. LaMarcus Aldridge has took you to school. Now, Jay-Z and LeBron James, close friends. Early in LeBron's career, he had signed him to Roc Nation. They did the poster together. Jay-Z was president, sitting there on the chair. You remember that cover? They did. Both of them. Uh-oh. And then, to top everything off, to make it even more interesting, let me turn this thing off. Sounds like a jet engine taking off. To top everything off, to make it more weird, to make it more out of this world, to make it more unfathomable, Jay-Z and LeBron are betas. Jay wants to be an alpha, but Jay is willing to concede and would not go against status quo for no one. Jay went and took that NFL deal after telling Jermaine Dupri, who they thought would play the puppet role. Jay talked him out of it and then came and took the deal that he wouldn't take. Talked him out of it and talked himself into it. This hurt Jay because Cap was not involved in any type of sit down and negotiation with the NFL in this so-called protest, and Jay was the one that's finna end all of it. And now we worked out a deal with Jay-Z, and all Jay-Z did was come there, cause a distraction, play the puppet, and then disappear. Have you seen Jay-Z in the NFL with the NFL since? But he wanted to be front line and center, right? Sitting next to Roger Goodell like a puppet. This is a man who's worth $1 billion. $1 billion, and you saw Jay-Z as the softest you've ever seen him in your life, and you saw LeBron James, right? Guy that wants to be worth $1 billion, and he's on his way there, sitting over there looking the softest anybody's ever seen. Do you want to know why? Because these are the ones they pick. They were chosen. They search to see who's going to be the soft one today. Who going to be that soft little puppet? Who going to be that puppet that we can exploit? Look hard. Look hard. Look hard. Because we want to find him. And when we find him, that's the one. We got to find that puppet. Oh, we got to find him. Because we got to put him out in front of the public eye and say, hey, everybody get behind him. He's got the message. And what LeBron figured out and what he found out is that the young boys, they grew up in this. They homeboys is going through it. They in the NBA now 2-3 years. They got a little money in their pockets, but they cousins, they aunties, they still in the ghettos. They still in the hood where the cops is beating them down, doing all this stuff to their family members. So they mad. They all not like you, LeBron. They all ain't betas. They all don't suck them to the dollar. They want to punch somebody. They upset. Because these people look like them that's going through this abuse. It bothers them. So when they got together and had this meeting, what do? They involved you into the meeting because you one of the players. But you wasn't in charge. And that didn't sit well with you, LeBron. The Milwaukee Bucks decided that they were going to do something because it was about Milwaukee. It was about Wisconsin. Even though it was in Kenosha, Kenosha's close to where? Milwaukee. I'm 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes away from Kenosha, where I live. Milwaukee is a heartbeat stop away. I'm about 20 minutes from Milwaukee. I'm there a lot. So I know, without a shadow of a doubt, how the people in Milwaukee felt, the brothers. They wanted to tear something up. And they wanted to sit out. Now, we've seen it. We've seen it in every sport. We've seen Jay-Z try to get involved to paint this new political face as he wants to go down this road. LeBron's on the same road because they friends with Oprah and Obama. This means that they don't have to do anything. Well, Oprah said it was okay. I talked to Oprah and Obama told me this was the best way to go. Blame it on Obama. Don't blame Obama. Don't ask Obama, ask your mama. That's what you do. Ask your mama, was that all right to do? Mama, or Uncle Curtis or Uncle T. Ask them. LeBron, Ask your uncles. Say, oh, do you think, man, that wasn't a good look? That was your chance, LeBron, to stand up in front of the youth and say, all right, we need to come up with a plan. Everybody's in there bouncing ideas off, but you know their ideas don't go and coincide with your financials. You becoming a champion. Because it's all about you being honored and put on a stage and a pedestal so they can market you. This is the reason why they keep giving you a championship. They're not going to give the Brooklyn Nets a championship. Kyrie Irving's a wild card. They want someone that's going to portray their agenda. That's going to be their champion. Jay-Z was the hip-hop king. And they were going to make him that. They're going to dress him up. They're going to put him everywhere. He could make some songs talking about, I dribble up the court like Larry Hughes. I throw the alley-oop to everybody. Ooh, Jay is raw. It's cool. It's fun. We get it. The basketball analogy rapper, Jay-Z, was supposed to be the greatest rapper of all time. They're going to make him successful. So everybody listens when Jay talks. This has been going on since the beginning of time. They're going to keep LeBron James winning because they need him. 10 times straight, you put this bum in an NBA Finals? 10 times? Because they got to milk the cow. And the more they keep milking this cow, they feel the people will fall in line and listen to LeBron. They've been listening to him for 10 years. And what has he done? He's loaded a team up. He's created an agency, quote unquote. And the sports agency, he's ruining careers through his team, manipulating teams, switching players from team to team as if he's a general manager. He has manipulated the sport of basketball for his own personal reasons and personal gain, his narcissistic attitude. He has ruined the game that we loved. And he's ruined it from a business standpoint where other owners are seeing this happen. But because of the union board and the board of governors, you guys just say, no, it's going to make money. And this reality show soap opera that you created is sinking the brand and taking it from a sport to a reality show. In other words, a circus. Now, all of y'all can say I'm just being overcritical of LeBron. It's not. It's the truth. They use him as a puppet, just like Jay is used as a puppet. These are billion-dollar puppets, and they gave them their billions. Because as long as the people listen to them, the masses, they don't feel they need to change anything in how it's going. Once the people decide these guys are not who we're listening to, then they will change suit. But that's why they keep them winning. Because they don't want someone new to come and take that spot. Steph Curry was winning. Why? Because Steph Curry is not political. Steph Curry is the face of the league because little kids love him. Little kids don't like LeBron. They like Steph because he's like a big kid. Just throwing up the ball, it goes in, he's having fun. The little kids in the areas that you would not believe who watch basketball, they love it because of Steph. LeBron fans are mostly older fans. They're in their 20s and above. No teenagers are liking LeBron. The teenagers, they with Trae Young and Steph and all these other players. LeBron is like something they don't even, they like, I guess he the king. Yeah. You know, he did some stuff when I was a kid. They don't really remember him because they were so young. So they just hear about all the legend and all this and see the highlights. So they just, all right, I'll just take the word for it at face value. But my favorite player right now is Trae Young. Ice Trae the game. So that's all they talking about that. They not talking about LeBron. They watching Steph. They watching Dame Lillard. They watching all these other players who are exciting. Donovan Mitchell. They watching those guys. They're not caring about what happens with that guy. So they got to keep that guy winning and going to the finals at least because he's pushing the league's agenda. He's for what they are for. And as long as you know he's with the company, he's not with you. So whatever he's trying to sell you, no. Jay-Z trying to sell you something, you saw right away. I told you from the jump what it was. You didn't believe it. Cino, you a hater. Now everybody, man, Cino was right. Listen, I'm just telling you, you can argue and disagree with me. Then years later, you're going to come back to this video and be like, damn, Cino warned us. We hate to be the kind of guys that say we told you so, but we told you so. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the page. The Cash App is Carcino. We up out of here.